Hey. Hey y'all, it's Ayanna. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my socials at _ring bells on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Y'all, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I don't know if you guys saw it in my last story time. I'm thinking about doing a true crime horror story series at the end of next month for spooky season. So stop what you're doing and comment down below and tell me what you think. Now, without further ado, based on the title of this video, this is a story time about the time she tried to leave me stranded in Arizona, y'all. Yeah, let's jump right in. All right, y'all, so you already know, gotta get y'all the background, gotta set the scene. So, disclaimer, there's gonna be a lot of characters, a lot of names y'all gonna have to keep up with me, and I'm gonna try to give y'all a little small recap throughout the story so that way it all makes sense and y'all don't think I'm all over the place. I know y'all like my longer stories, so this might actually be a part 1 and a part 2. We shall see. So, off the top, y'all, my brother has 4 baby moms. Yes, 4. Now, with those 4, he has 7 children. Yes. So, I'm gonna give y'all the family tree, and then we'll do a recap, and then we'll jump right into the chain of events. So, his first baby mom, we'll name her Crazy, because that's exactly what she was. We're gonna name her Crazy, and she had a son with my brother, and we'll name him Kevin. Okay, his name would be Kevin with Crazy. Now, second baby mom, remember I told y'all in the girl trip horror story when I went to LA with Clingy and I named her sister, I got the matching tattoo. So we'll name her Ginger for the sake of the story time. So we'll name her Ginger, and she has 3 of my nephews with my brother, but for the sake of the story, the 2 little ones don't matter. So my nephew, will name him Stephen, somewhere around there. And then, okay, now we have baby mom number 3. We'll name her Tasha. Baby mom number 3 will be Tasha, and she has my niece, and just my niece, we'll name my niece Penelope. So we got Tasha, Penelope, Ginger, Steph, and Crazy, and Kevin. That's the most important. Baby mom number 4, I'm not going to confuse y'all. It's not really a big deal about her. I have story times about her later. But those, for the sake of this story time, is those 3. Now, we're going to jump right in. So, y'all, when my brother first got with Crazy, he had just moved out there. Not like really just moved out west, because they moved to like Utah. Now, when they first got out there, like, we were close to my brother. Like, everything was fine, Then out of nowhere, y'all, I want to say he maybe was out there for like 2 years, 3 years. He pops up and says that, oh, I got a son on the way. So naturally, us being in Jersey, meaning me and my parents, us being in Jersey, we are trying to, y'all know how it goes, build a relationship even though you're across the country, because it's not like you can just drive around the corner and pull up on them whenever we feel like it. So in the beginning, they were together. They're trying to, work on having a baby, having a family. Things go left because my brother was just doing him, and he pretty much started neglecting his responsibilities, I'll say. And Crazy then turned to us on some, well, he's not doing this, so y'all need to do it. He don't want to do this, so y'all need to do it. He don't want to buy this, so y'all need to do it. That's not how that works. Now, y'all, it got to the point where this girl was like talking about, oh, I'm about to get evicted. I need rent money. They about to repossess my car. I need money for my car note. I need money for my car insurance. Oh, he needs a coat. Mind y'all, she had an older daughter that wasn't with my brother. So if she would be like, oh, I need money for a coat and my daughter needs one too. Like, just a whole bunch of stuff. We were doing this back and forth with her, y'all, until my nephew, I want to say, was maybe about 4. Back and forth with her until he was like 4. After a while, my mom was just like, no. Like, if our relationship with y'all is under the circumstances of us having to give you monetary things, then no, maybe we don't need to maintain this relationship because you're doing it for the wrong reasons and you're using him as like a pawn in a game. Y'all, Crazy basically was like, okay, bet, and cut us off. Exactly. So after she calls herself cutting us off, fast forward, and I could give y'all the timelines as far as their ages. So at this time, like I said, Kevin was 4 And then when he finished dealing with Crazy, my brother finished dealing with Crazy, he got with my sister, Ginger. And when I say sister, y'all, like I said, this is my nephew's mom, not my blood sister. So he gets with Ginger, and he has Steph. As like I told y'all before, Ginger and I are very close. We are very close to her, my nephews. She has an older daughter as well. And then, like I said, she has 2 younger ones that she had with my brother. So we are very close to them. Always have been. Now, what am I trying to say? So during this time that Crazy cut us off and we weren't like having a relationship with her anymore, we trying to get updates from my brother. My brother's like halfway involved, halfway not. So after a while, we just stopped asking. Like, it is what it is. I can't force you to want your son to have a relationship with his grandparents, his aunt, his cousins, and everything on the East Coast. That's hurting him more so than it's hurting us, and you as a mom should do better. But I digress. So anyway, during all of this time, we were getting really close to Ginger and my nephews while we weren't having a relationship with Crazy and Kevin. So y'all, they're literally about 2 years apart. Like, honestly. So when he was maybe like 4, Steph was maybe like 2. So fast forward, y'all. Now Steph was like 7. Yeah. Steph was like 7 around this time. And that meant Kevin would have been like 9. Y'all, I believe this was like Christmas time, winter time or whatever. I was out of school. I was in college, but was I in college? I believe I was in college, but I had just turned 21, or I was like on my way about to be finished with school, or I don't remember, y'all, but don't quote me on it. It was somewhere around that time frame. Nonetheless, my parents had took me away. We go to the Poconos to go shopping. You know, I had winter break off or whatever, so we just went on vacation. We get up to the outlets. We spending time up there, yada, yada. And my mom was like, I got to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, okay. We head into the bathroom, and then we come out the stalls. We washing our hands, and she's looking at me. She's like, girl, and shaking her head. I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, you would not believe the voicemail I just listened to. So I'm like, what voicemail? So, y'all, we dry our hands and stuff. We leave out the bathroom. My dad is out there waiting for us. So she pulls out her phone, and y'all, voicemail goes something like this.
Hey, Miss Ayanna's mom. This is Crazy, your first grandson's mother. You know, not sure if you forgot about us or anything, but if you were looking to reach out and see how we were doing, we would love to hear from you. You can give me a call at 5521, whatever.
That was that. So the 3 of us looking at each other like, what? Mind y'all. If, like I said, keep up. Remember, like I said, if Steph at this point is 7, that means Kevin is like 9. You cut us off when he was 4. We have not talked to you, heard from you, had any updates in 5 years. And you have the audacity to just pop up out of nowhere. My mom has had the same number forever. So you decide to call her out of nowhere talking about, you know. And she wasn't crazy. Well, she was crazy. That's why I named her that, y'all. But back then, they were like older heads or whatever, right? So my brother's like 10 years older than me. So his baby moms is all kind of sort of around the same age. But yeah, so you didn't hit us up, and like I said, they were old heads, so they pretty much was on Facebook. Crazy, I'm pretty sure, got on Facebook and saw the type of relationship, like, as we interacted on Facebook, shared pictures, she was tagging us, she saw the type of love and attention that and y'all, at this point, the 2 little ones weren't even born yet. That's a story time for another time. But she just at this point had Steph and her daughter. So she's like, you know, this is your first grandson's mother, blah, 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 blah. So we looking at each other crazy. My mom was like, well, we enjoying our vacation. I'm not going to reach out to her until we get back home. I was like, cool. I was under the feeling, y'all, of like, don't hit her up, because for you to have cut us off and cut off his grandmother, and that's her first grandchild, that hurt my mom, y'all. So anything that hurts my mom's feelings, I'm on you. I'm on your ass. I don't care, baby mom, nephew, I don't care about none of that. My mother comes first. So, yeah, we fast forward through our vacation. We get home. My mom decides to reach out to her. So she reaches out to Crazy, and she's like, you know, hey, how you been? Crazy apologizes and says she was going through a rough time. And, you know, if we're up to it, she wants us to, you know, have a relationship with Kevin. And, you know, she wants the boys to be able to be siblings, even though she didn't really like Ginger because my brother had basically left her for Ginger. She was willing to put that aside just because she wanted the boys to be able to have a brother relationship and all this other jazz, right? So, like I said, y'all, that was around the winter time. So, fast forward like maybe a month or two, my mom decides like, what do you think about the boys both coming here and staying for the summer? Now, y'all, mind you, Crazy and Kevin and her daughter were living in Arizona at this point. Ginger, my brother, my nephew, Steph were all living in Utah. So they were going to send both of the boys to the East Coast, and we were going to keep them for a few months in the summertime and then send them back before they go to school, because y'all, if you know, you know, schools out west start school earlier than out here, and they go back earlier than out here. So, yeah, so my mom was asking my dad and everything, and he's like, yeah, that, you know, that's cool. Like, we could set that up, da, da, da. So we set everything up pretty much through their moms. Crazy wasn't acting crazy yet. So we thought everything was cool. So fast forward, y'all, it's maybe like around April, and they were going to be coming like the end of May. Around this time, Ginger was like, let's go to Vegas. So I'm like, oh, word? She was like, yeah. She was like, I know you want to spend time over the summer with Steph and Kevin, but she was like, you could literally come out here for a week and then we could go. Now, y'all, like I told you, Ginger lived in Utah. I would have flew out there, got a round trip, flew out there to Salt Lake City. We was going to rent a car, drive to Vegas. It was like a 3-4 hour drive, stay the weekend, drive back. I was going to stay with her for a few days, and then I was going to leave Salt Lake City to fly back home. Had it planned, had everything booked, right? Boom. Fast forward, y'all, now the boys are on their way here. So, boom, put them on a plane. They make it here. We pick them up, and now they're there. They're there for like maybe already a week or two at this point. Everything is fine. You know, we checking in with Crazy, so, you know, she can talk to him, see how he's doing. Same thing with Ginger, because that relationship was always solidified. So, you know, just trying to see what's what. Now, mind y'all, this is our first time meeting Kevin. In all of this time, we've never met him. This is our first time having him there. We had already, like I said, had a relationship with Steph and his mom. So, yeah. So, we're just trying to, you know, keep her in the loop and everything like that. Now, fast forward, y'all. It's maybe like 5 days or so before I'm supposed to be leaving to head to Utah to link up with Ginger, right? Crazy ends up calling my mother and is like, oh, Miss Ayanna's mom, she was talking about y'all. She basically was kicking y'all backs in. This is what I mean. Like, I'm so happy I came back into the picture, because this is what she really thinks about y'all. This is how she truly feels about y'all. So my mom's like, what are you talking about? Y'all, Crazy sends my mom screenshots with Ginger's number, basically saying they be riding me. The only reason I keep them around is because of everything that they do for me and my kids. They be trying to take Steph from me because they think I'm an unfit mom, saying all of this stuff. So my mom comes to me and she shows me the messages, and I'm like, why would Ginger say that after all of this time? Like, what? So, y'all, off the rip, I did not believe Crazy. I'm like, you just came into the picture, girl. I don't know you. I've been rocking with Ginger. So I hit up Ginger, y'all, and now here's where things get a little weird. So I hit up Ginger and I'm like, hey sis, call me. So she's like, okay. So I was like, FaceTime me. She was like, okay. I'll leave out the house, y'all. I take a little walk around, you know, the little pathways around where we were living at. So I'm like, so why did Crazy send mommy a text, basically a screenshot of you and her having a conversation? And she said that she said you sent these, and she said y'all was on the phone and you was saying XYZ. She was like, oh, I was just venting. So I'm like, so you did say that? So she's like, say what? So I tell my mom, send me the screenshots. So my mom sends me the screenshots, and I send them to, what's her face? I send them to Ginger. Ginger's like, oh, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. So I was like, okay, send me the messages. She's like, oh, I deleted them. Why would you delete them? Aren't y'all trying to build a relationship and everything? So I'm like, well, Ginger, I have to kind of take what Crazy is saying. And she was like, well, it just immediately got defensive. Oh, she just came into the picture again, and if you're going to believe her over me. And I'm like, again, look, I'm looking at something with my own eyes. How are you mad at me because I'm looking at something with my own eyes? She was like, you know what? I don't care. We do not have to go to Vegas. You do not have to come out here. You could stay out there. Da, 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 da. I'm at the point where I'm about to have my son come home because y'all not about to play with me. Y'all not about to doing all of this. And I'm like, Ginger, we are sisters, are we not? And y'all, this was before the matching tattoos and everything. So I'm still like, are we not sisters? Are we not locked in? I was like, I came to you to address it. But she was like, why are you asking me for proof though? I'm asking you because it's your number, clear as day. And I know some of y'all probably like, yeah, she could have edited it, she could have did this, she could have did that. We'll get there. But in this moment in time, why are you getting mad at me? Because I'm telling you that I saw something with my own eyes and I sent it to you. You're not even arguing it down like, I didn't say that, I didn't say that. And I'm like, okay, well, send me your messages so that way I could show my mom the comparison, and then we can catch Crazy in the act. She's like, am I doing all of that? If you want to believe her, you want to believe that Crazy B, then you can. I'm like, girl, whatever. So, y'all, back then, I was a hothead, 21. I'm like, girl, whatever. F you, if it's F me, it's F you. And we get off the phone. So, now I'm irritated because I'm like, girl, we were supposed to be going to Vegas in like a few days. And now you just canceled. So, now I got an attitude, right? So, in comes, what did we name baby mom number 3? We named her Tasha, right? With my niece, Penelope. So, y'all, at this time, I still had a decent relationship. And now Penelope is about a year younger than Steph. So if he was like 7 at the time, she was probably like 5, 6. I know. So I had a decent relationship with Tasha. So I'm telling her and I'm venting to her. And at this time, she was also living in Arizona with my niece. So she's like, oh yeah, like me and Crazy been working on our relationship. Like, you know, she's cool. I haven't really had a chance to get to know Ginger like that. And y'all, I know it's sad that the siblings are not locked in and everything, but what you gonna do? So I'm telling her, and she was like, you know what? I have an idea. So I'm like, what's up? She was like, if you were already going to fly into Utah, I'm actually in Utah right now. And the baby's here, meaning my niece. She was like, the baby's here because she's with my mom. Her mom still lived in Utah. Her and Crazy had just moved to Arizona at separate times because they just liked it better out there. I loved Arizona. So she was like, I'm here. You can fly in. I'll wait for you. She was like, and then we could pick up the baby and then we can road trip it back to Arizona. It was going to be like 11 hours. But she was like, if you want, we could both drive, da-da-da. So I'm like, all right, bet. Is what it is, because I wasn't trying to just stay in the house, y'all. It was like summertime. Like, no. So fast forward, I go back. I tell my mom. She was like, oh, well, it is what it is. So my mom was like, okay, keep your flight to Utah. And then she was like, I'll book you a one-way from Arizona back home. So that way, you know, you don't got to worry about nothing. I'm like, okay, bet. So I let Crazy know. I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna be coming out there, whatever. I was like, I'm gonna ride in with, I was about to say that girl name, I'm gonna ride in with Tasha. And she was like, okay, you know, let me know when you get out here, da-da-da. And that was that. So fast forward, y'all, and I don't even know how long this story time is. Like I said, it's gonna be 2 parts because this is all background information that I'm giving y'all. So fast forward, my parents, they take me to the airport. My dad's like, you know, make sure you good. He was like, now mind y'all, side note, also, this is my first time meeting Crazy and Tasha in person. First time meeting them. So, yeah. I know you're probably like, girl, why would you go across the country? I don't know, y'all. Remember I told y'all before? I just be doing stuff. So, they take me to the airport. Boom. I get out there maybe like 8 o'clock at night. Tasha comes, gets me from the airport. We in the car. We hashing everything out, we talking, and I was like, you know what, I'm really trying to just stay out of it. I was like, I'm really kind of mad at Ginger, but that's still my sister at the end of the day. Like, I love her, we gonna get past it, like, it is what it is, but whatever. Yeah. So boom, we go get my niece from her grandmother, and we hit the road, we get something to eat. Boom, we making our way, y'all, going through the Grand Canyon, going through all of the mountains and the valleys and all of that stuff, making our way. We're checking in with Crazy, and she's like, you know, what do y'all have planned when y'all get here, da-da-da. So Tasha's like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Like, what do you want to do, like, when you get out there? Because, you know, we just kind of planned this on the fly. Now, I'm like, well, what is there fun to do? She was like, well, honestly, I just started a new job. She was like, so I'm not going to be able to do a whole bunch of stuff, but I still want to be able to still show you a good time. So I'm like, okay. So she was like, there's a pool in my complex that's like open access, not to everybody, obviously, but she said you could go sit over there during the week because most everybody's at work. So I'm like, okay. And then she was like, you know, it was a college town area down there where they had like restaurants, bars and stuff. So she said we could go down there for a night. She was like, and you know, we can just see where things go, you know, go shopping, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So y'all, fast forward, like, we ended up staying at a hotel like after like 6 hours in. Then the next morning we got up early, checked out, and trucked it all the way to Arizona. Now, we get to Arizona, y'all, and we pull up to Tasha's apartment complex. Beautiful. her apartment complex, y'all, was the reason why I was so strongly and heavily interested in moving to Arizona so long ago, because I just loved it there. The weather, the sun, the views, I just loved it. And then the proximity to Vegas, to LA, to Mexico, like it was just, I liked it. So anyway, you know, we get to her apartment complex, we pulling in, she's showing me the leasing office, she's showing me the, you know, the mailboxes, showing me how big the pool was. So I'm like, okay. We get inside her apartment. Y'all, huge apartment, all one floor. Like you walk up some stairs outside, you open the apartment door, boom, you got her little walk-in hallway area. Then you got a big old round kitchen, nice marble countertops, an island in the middle. Rent not that high because the cost of living is not as high as it is here. Big old sectional couch, big old flat screen TV, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, big old what is she had like a balcony that wrapped around the whole apartment. Y'all, my niece had clothes and toys and everything. She had a canopy bed. Like she was doing her thing. Tasha was doing her thing. So I was like, okay, bet. So she was like, you know, she was like, I could have Penelope sleep with me and you can sleep in her room, or you can sleep on the couch. I said, girl, I'm gonna sleep right on the couch with this big TV. So she was like showing me the linens and the, you know, her blankets and everything. So I'm like, all right, bet. So she was like, you want to take a shower? I'm like, yeah. So boom, y'all, I take a shower. We're good. We chilling in the AC because it was like 117 degrees outside. So we hitting up Crazy, and she's like, oh, did y'all make it? How was the, you know, the drive? So we filling her in and everything. And she was like, well, do y'all want to go get tacos? Because y'all, if you know, Arizona be having those authentic little taco spots, like little hole in the wall spots. So she was like, I could come get y'all, and then, you know, we can go do that. So I'm like, all right, bet. So she comes maybe like a half hour or so later. Boom, y'all, like I said, first time meeting her. Now, we get into the car, and Tasha got in the front. She was driving, and then we had my niece and her daughter. And so I was in the back with both of them. So we pull off. She's taking me down through like Phoenix and stuff, and showing me like the different areas where people be at, the different neighborhoods and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. We pull up to this taco spot. And we inside, and, you know, we just standing there. We order our food. Now we're waiting. Y'all, as we're standing there waiting, I'm standing there minding my business. You know, we just talking, having regular conversation. This girl Crazy gonna turn to me like, oh, have you talked to Ginger? It was so unfortunate that you had to find out that she was a fake B-word. And it was throwing me off because that was so unprovoked. And then it was giving, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, to this day, I still look at Crazy as she could be on a Lifetime movie. Like those Lifetime movies they make be about her. Because why would you even say that? So I was just like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Me and her going to work that out. Me and her going to handle that because that's my sister. Because I'm not about to sit here and try to kick her back in. Like I came out here to enjoy myself. Not worried about my sister, because you're not going to be able to twist anything I say and go back and tell her. So I was like, yeah, it's crazy, but, you know, we gonna work it out when we work it out. And she was like, I mean, I guess, you know, I guess. And I was like, whatever that means. I was like, yep. So then Tasha realizes it's getting awkward. So she was like, all right, y'all, all right. Like, let's just move on. So I'm like, okay. Y'all, we finish up, we get our tacos, and boom. She's like, well, y'all could come back to my house, and then, you know, we can hang out or whatever. And boom. Tasha was saying she had to work the next morning, so we were gonna go to her house, chill. She was gonna drop us off back over at Tasha's, and they live like 10-15 minutes apart. So y'all, we leave this taco spot, y'all, right? We're heading back to her side of town. Y'all know in the movies where you can see literally the other side of the train tracks, like everything looks like rainbows and butterflies and mansions and Starbucks and Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, and then you go into crackheads and fiends and just a whole bunch of craziness. Like you literally just see the difference. Projects and trash on the streets and little bodegas and graffiti on the stop signs, just crazy. And I'm like, wow, like, okay. So we get to her apartment complex or whatever. Y'all, we walk in. She beeping that car like a million times. Beep, 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 beep. Girl, no matter how many times you beep it, it's still only locked the one time. So, y'all, we walking up to her, like, apartment. And y'all know I got to give y'all, like, the visual. So, y'all, we're walking up, right? And it was, like, some little cement steps. Like, 3 cement steps that we had to walk down. Like, so you're on the ground level. And you have to walk down steps. and then you had 2 apartments on either side, like this much space in between them, and an apartment on either side. So she goes to the left to get her apartment, and she was like, "Oh my God, it said my package was supposed to be here. It said my package was supposed to be here. Package stolen, gone." So she's mad about that. She unlocks the door. We go inside. Y'all, we go inside. There's no furniture. There's no furniture. So when I say no furniture, I mean like whole floor bare. Bare. She had like a little stand, like, I don't even want to say it was a stand. It was like some type of little table stand or whatever. A TV that was probably like a 20-inch. I don't even know if a TV could be that small. It was like a 22-inch TV. Yeah, like a 22-inch, because the standard size was 55. 32 was like a 20-inch TV. She had like a little small little dining room table with like decorations and like decorative plates and stuff. And then in her kitchen, she had a whole bunch of stuff on like the counter. But no furniture in the middle of the floor. No couch, no lamps, no lights, no coffee table, no rug, nothing. I look to the left. It's just a bunk bed. Just a bunk bed. And just drawers in a closet that's wide open. But I didn't peek my head all the way in yet. So I'm just looking around, and I wanted to say so bad, like, "Girl, where's your furniture?" But Tasha didn't say anything. So I just assumed Tasha didn't say anything because she had already known that it looked like that. Because why wouldn't you warn me what I was walking into? And this your girl, like you said, you was already trying to build a relationship with her, and you didn't walk in and say, "Girl, why you don't have a couch? How you inviting us over here to eat? You don't got no couch." So I peek into the other side to her bedroom. Nothing, y'all, just an empty floor. Empty floor. So she's like, "Oh, you need to go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Yeah." So she points like where the bathroom is, just off her room. So I go inside, y'all. Closet bare. She had like a "I love my family" with like a picture of her, my nephew, and her daughter up on the top with just empty hangers, no clothes, no furniture. Go in the bathroom. Bathroom was stocked, like all the makeup, hair. The bathroom was cool. Go outside. I'm like, okay. And then my niece and her daughter were in the room playing. So I go inside with them, and I'm looking around. Y'all know at this point, being nosy. The drawers I'm looking in, it's one dresser. So you got 2 of them living in there. Meaning my nephew, who's at this point 9, too old to be sharing a room with his sister that at this point is like 11 or 12. Yeah. So I'm looking in the closet, y'all. Closet's bare. Nothing in the closet. Now, I gotta rewind back. Now, remember when I said they had first sent the boys there, like sent the boys to the East Coast to stay? Y'all, when they sent the boys, Kevin's suitcase, Crazy sent Kevin's suitcase completely filled, stacked everything. She packed everything that boy owned from that closet and put it in that bag to portray an image. And you know how you don't start noticing things until it gets a little too deep? Yeah, I started putting 2 and 2 together because there was no other way we would have known that. But when he got there, we're like, "Oh wow, like Crazy did everything. Like she packed everything good. Da 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 da." You packed that boy's entire life. He don't got no clothes left over. But I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. But like I said, that mixed with a bunk bed, barely any toys, and no furniture, it was giving like I didn't know what was going on. So fast forward, y'all, like an hour, and I don't even know how long I've been recording. But I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. So, y'all, fast forward like an hour, and she's like, "Y'all ready to go?" We like, "Yeah." Y'all, we walk out the door, immediate gunshots. Pop, 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 pop. Gunshots. And I'm like, can I say, I don't know if I can even say that word. Glizzy shots, whatever. That's all you hear. Y'all, I'm ducking. I'm like, "What's going on?" Hey, Tasha's like, "Girl," she was like, "Oh, y'all doing too much." Crazy's like, "Y'all doing too much." Like, they do that, every so often. I don't want to come back over here. I want to go back to where Tasha lives. So we all get in the car. Boom. She drops us back over at Tasha. So she's like, "You know what, y'all playing?" Tasha's like, "I got to work in the morning." She's like, "I'm probably going to leave Ayanna here." She was like, "Penelope usually goes to daycare." But she was like, since her aunt is here, she don't got to go. I'm going to just get up, head out, and she could stay there with Ayanna in the morning or whatever. So she was like, "Okay, cool." She was like, "I got to go to work too. And then we can see what y'all want to do, after you get off work," after they both got off work. So I was like, "All right, bet." So, we getting ready for bed. So, at this point, I'm asking Tasha, I'm like, "What's going on?" She was like, "Well, what?" I'm like, "Why she don't got no furniture?" She was like, "Ayanna, I don't know." She was like, "She been living in there for, like, the last 3 months." She's like, she keeps saying her stuff is in storage, but if your stuff is in storage, why you don't have nothing in here? Like, I even told her, like, girl, I'll help you. Like, I'll go to the storage unit with you to help you bring some stuff, because both of them had regular cars and it was just pretty much them two out there. But yeah, y'all could go half on a rental truck, something, because you having 2 kids and it's nothing in here. Very crazy to me. And y'all, then I started noticing too, like when she was on Facebook, she would only show pictures of that dining room table and her counter of the kitchen, because you couldn't show anything else because you had nothing else to show. But you want to portray an image for social media to make it look like you're this good mom and you're doing this, that, and the third. And that's why it started rubbing me more and more the wrong way when I started thinking about Ginger. And like Ginger said, you believed her over me. That girl is crazy. But you know, sometimes you got to learn your lesson the hard way. So fast forward, next morning, Tasha gets up, she goes to work. I got my niece, y'all. I had her watching old Disney movies, even Stevens movies, Cool Runnings. I had her watching the Kim Possible movie and some other stuff. So, and like I said, she was young, but that was my baby. So we was watching that and everything. So, you know, I'm chiming in with my parents as they ask me how everything is going, and I'm like, it's going good. You know, I was like, I might stay out here, I might move out here, get me a little cost in a job, you know, get me a little apartment, like I can afford it. Da-da-da. My parents like, nope, you're bringing your butt home. This is not that, you know, we just checking in on you. So I'm like, have y'all talked to Ginger? They're like, no, we haven't talked to her. She hasn't really been talking to us. My mom was like, she done got me off of her Facebook. She was like, I don't know why she got an attitude. So I'm telling them, like, I'm giving them the rundown. I leave my niece there, I go in the bathroom, I'm giving my parents, y'all, they're like my best friends. Y'all, I'm giving them the full rundown about the closet, about the furniture, about like the hood, the gunshots. My dad is like, what? He was like, well, she don't even seem like that's the case. I said, yeah, looks are deceiving. So y'all, get off the phone with them. Boom. Tasha gets off work. She comes back and she's like, okay, you know, what you want to do? What's the game plan? I'm like, let's go sit out by the pool. So she's like, okay. So she calls Crazy over, and the girls, they playing, you know, in the pool or whatever, and we out, you know, sunbathing, we out suntanning and stuff. Y'all, my brother calls me, so just to check on me, telling them like, you know, y'all better take care of my sister, because if something happens to her, I'm coming after both of y'all. And they're like, boy, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to your sister, you know, she's fine, like that, she's in good hands, blah blah blah. Now y'all, the energy was weird, because it's like everybody be claiming they don't deal with my brother, but it's like if Tasha would say something and like it was like a little flirty banter with my brother, then Crazy would look some type of way. And if he would do the same thing with Crazy, then Tasha would look some type of way. And that's why I just be like, I'm never dealing with another man with a kid like that. It's because I see it firsthand. So that was the energy back and forth. We was out there for a few hours. Boom, we leave. We go inside. Everybody like rotates, take showers, and then we go out to dinner. Y'all, we go out to dinner, and Crazy's like, oh, when are you gonna come over and stay with me? Y'all, I wanted to look around like, girl, who are you talking to? You talking to me? You asking me that? So she was like, yeah, when are you gonna come over and spend the night? Like, I know you've been staying at Tasha's or whatever, but I thought you were gonna come over and spend time with me too. Like I told y'all, it was giving Lifetime. I was like, oh, Crazy, I wasn't planning on coming over there to spend the night. Y'all, I wanted to come out of my mouth so bad and say, sleep on what? Come over to do what? Where's my stuff going? You don't got no towels, no linens. You don't got no comforters, no pillows, no bed, no couch, no sleeping bag. You don't have anything. Are you crazy? That's what I'm saying. She is crazy. I keep saying that, but yeah, she is crazy. So she was just like, y'all, silent. Like, she just had an attitude. She was like, oh, okay, you know, that's fine. You know, it is what it is. So again, Tasha filling the space, filling the awkwardness. She's like, okay, well, what you want to do tomorrow? She was like, well, I'm off tomorrow. So I'm like, I don't know. I know you said you wanted to go to the college town or whatever, right? So y'all, at this time, what's her name? Crazy wasn't really going out or nothing. And out of all my brother's baby moms, Tasha was the one that was closest in age to me. So she was like, yeah, girl, you don't mind watching Penelope so me and Ayanna could go out? And she was like, I mean, if y'all just going to try to use me as a babysitter, like, and then I was like, it's not a big deal if you don't want to watch her. Like, me and Tasha don't got to go out. We could be at the crib. Like, I wasn't pressed to go out. Like, it wasn't that deep, especially if my niece was going to be, you know, left by herself. She's like, no, it's fine. Like, y'all could do y'all. So we like, okay. Y'all, fast forward to the next day, right? We get up, me and Tasha, we in there cooking breakfast. She took my niece to daycare because I think it was it was like Friday at this point. I didn't even tell y'all the days I really went out there. I believe it was like a Thursday to a Monday. So I think at this point it was like maybe Friday or Saturday. But I know my niece did go to daycare to make up for the day that she stayed back with me. Because I don't know if y'all know when you got like daycare and certain stuff through the state, your kid has to be in school or at the program for a certain amount of time in order for the state to cover their portion. Yeah, so she had to go make up a day. So me and her just in the house, we talking. At this point, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, we was full blown cracking jokes on Crazy, because I was just like, girl, why would she sit there and ask me, was I spending the night? Like, Tasha, is she crazy? She was like, girl, I don't know. She's like, I really do feel like she's just probably jealous because maybe she thought like after she sabotaged your trip with Ginger. And I looked at her, I was like, now you finally saying it. She's like, I don't know, I've been thinking about it and just the little stuff that she's been doing and saying in terms of Ginger and your brother. She was like, it seems like she low-key like plotted that, and then she thought that you and her were going to be a lot closer, and then she basically gets you out here just for you to spend more time with me. It was just weird, y'all. Like I said, lifetimey. So I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. So she was like, all right, I'm gonna look up where we should go. So she's showing me the little college town and little stuff to get into, the little bars and stuff. So I was like, all right, bet. So, you know, I'm showing her what we gonna wear. She had like a cute little bodysuit that I wanted. So boom, we getting dressed, y'all. We getting cute. And the plan was we were going to take my niece over to Crazy's, leave her over there, and we were gonna catch an Uber from over there to the bars and then come back, pick up Penelope, get the car, and head back to Tasha's. So, y'all, we getting ready at night and stuff, da-da-da. Now, Crazy called. She was like, oh, well, I got, you know, y'all could pregame over here and everything, so y'all could be cool. So, we like, all right. So, get the baby, put her in a car, boom, we head over to Crazy's. Go inside, y'all, and I kid y'all not, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I swear to God, when we opened the door, I saw a roach crawl out. And I'm not even gonna hold you. And based off me explaining to y'all how this apartment looked, y'all should believe me. So I swear to God, I saw a roach come out. So we go inside, you know, we go over to the kitchen, because like I said, it's a clear walk through. We go over to the kitchen. She got like Jello shots. She got like shots of like Parmesan, E&J. I don't even know what I was drinking at back then, but yeah. So, and I know y'all probably like, girl, if you saying she lifetimey, why would you take a shot? I don't know. I was just doing stuff. So, boom, we taking shots. We feeling good. We feeling wavy. Y'all, out of nowhere, as we feeling good. So, Tasha's like, oh, you want to get the Uber now? Because we was just going to pregame for like a half hour. And then we was going to head out probably like 10:30 to get over there by like 11-ish. And then the bars and stuff down there didn't close until 2. So, I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all, we sitting there having a good time. Out of nowhere, Crazy's just like, y'all better not be out all night. Y'all better not be out all night. She was like, you know, we're responsible for her, Tasha. Nothing can happen to her. Like, don't be out all night. Y'all need to just be responsible. And it was just giving, are you my mother? My mother booked my flight for me to come out here. She knows where I'm at. She knows what I'm doing. And I'm cool. Thanks for the, you know, the concern, though. But it was just the way she was saying it, y'all. It's like, you're going to give me a whooping or something if we don't come back by curfew. That's how that's the energy she was giving.
Are you okay in your head?
So we continue, you know, sipping and stuff. We call the Uber. We get in the Uber, and we still talking about her, because I'm like, she's starting to get on my nerves at this point. Like, girl. Now, y'all, fast forward. Like, I think I was going to be leaving like 2 days later or so. So that night, and then the next day, that next following day was going to be my last day, and then I left the next one. So I was like, I'm just trying to have a good time. Go out and have a good time. She was like, yeah, girl, bump her. We're just going to go vibe. So, y'all, we get down there to the little college area, whatever. We get out. We stand in that line. And we come across these girls. Now, it was like 3 of them. They was a group of friends. Cool as hell. Still follow them on social media to this day. And they were just a vibe. So they were like, oh, yeah, like, girl. She's like, where are you from? You got an accent. So I'm telling her, like, oh, girl, I'm from the East Coast. So she was like, oh, okay. Like, da-da-da. You just out here for vacation. So I'm giving them, like, you know, the rundown. So they were saying how the bar we were going into, ladies getting free at 11. So we get up to the bouncer or whatever, to the entrance. And they, you know, checking our purses and stuff through the little 1-2. And they basically just let us in for free. So we get in, we got lucky and found like a booth. So the booth was like a big old round table, but it had like cushioned seats, and then it had like, y'all know how like when you in a restaurant and like, even for example, Applebee's had them really wide windowsills and you could like put your purse and stuff up there. That's how it was, but people were sitting up there. So it was a vibe. So me and Tasha, we climb up there, y'all. We start ordering our drinks. We're having a good time. We're on Snapchat. Every single Snapchat within 3 seconds, Crazy was watching it. Whether it was mine or Tasha, she was like immediately watching it. Responding to Tasha's Snapchats like, oh girl, so y'all already doing too much. Y'all already doing too much strobe lights. I thought y'all was just going out to dinner. So Tasha's responding back to her, putting like mad question marks. I'm like, girl, just ignore her. So you could see us talking like this. So one of the girls from the friend group was like, what's wrong? Like, y'all cool? Like, y'all okay? They're like, girl, come on. Like, y'all have fun. Put y'all phones down. So we do just that. She ordered shots, y'all. We are having a time. So again, you start looking. She's responding to my story. Girl, you need to slow down. You don't know what I've had. You don't know what I've drank. And I mean, granted, she probably saw the little videos and stuff, but aren't you supposed to be watching the kids? Go watch a movie on that little TV or something. Like, I don't know. Go count sheep. Go online and go to Ashley's Furniture and buy you a couch. Like, I don't know. There's so much other things you need to be worried about. So, y'all, we there for probably about like 2-3 hours at this point. Just vibing. Just having a time. She literally is texting Tasha paragraphs. Like, losing her mind to the point where Tasha's like, I'm low-key want to go just get Penelope and go to the crib because what's wrong with you? Like, you're just acting super delusional. So, like, what the issue is. Y'all gonna have to wait for part 2 so y'all can find out exactly what happened for the rest of the night with Crazy. I know. I didn't really want to leave y'all on a cliffhanger, but like I said, this story time was just to give y'all the full background. I hope y'all caught up. I'm gonna do a recap at the beginning, like in the last story time. We'll do a recap before I jump into, part 2. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Repost, like I said, comment down below. Let me know what you guys' ideas are about the true crime horror stories. And make sure to continue to email me for the Tell All Tuesdays. And I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.
Hey.